Hello, hello, my dear Geminis. This is Marta with Universal Power Tarot, and these messages we bring you today are supposed to encourage, elevate, and empower you guys. Hello, how is everyone? I hope you're safe and well, and that you're sailing through this Lionsgate activation portal in a some way smooth manner. I really hope that for you, because I feel like every year the energies are amplified and then more amplified, and we're just learning how to deal with the higher degrees of light that are hitting planet Earth. If you have not watched the Lionsgate reading yet, I highly recommend it because I can feel it's connected to your reading, and I'll attach it down below. All right, my dear Geminis, let's hop in. We're going to have a look into your current situation, the higher view overview situation, and what you can do to help yourself, which is really important because it's advice from spirit. For those of you that are new, I'll also be channeling messages. Most of this message is channeled, matter of fact. And I received a written channeling for you, and I could feel the mind is really going a bit nuts here. We have a little bit of a confused feeling in the headspace, and that is causing us to having to do things over again, because I got up like a bunch of times and started, you know, the camera, I set it up like 3 times with the brightness levels too. Just because I then realized, oh, I have to get this thing. Oh, I have to get this other thing. And then there was another thing. And I'm just like, oh my God, if I would have just, you know, sat down and gotten my stuff together the first time, that would have been much easier. But that's not necessarily the energies here. So you can do one of 2 things. Either you're really sitting down, centering yourself, writing down what you need. So be really diligent about the things that need to be done. Or you write out these energies and are dealing with the confusion. I mean, there's nothing is more good than the other. It's just a matter of how you're feeling about either one of those 2. What's going to make you feel more happy, Gemini? What's going to make you feel more content? It's in those realms. All right, let's hop in, my dearies. All right. And let's see what wants to come through for you. This one, yeah, for sure. This one, no. This one, yes. Ooh. Another one, this one, yes. Funny, because this is how actually Lionsgate ended with the mastery, so there could be an extension to your reading here. Turn this around yet? Yes, we can. All right, 7 of Pentacles. Okay, interesting. Very, very interesting. Definitely Lionsgate reading, and yours are connected. More of those? No, not yet. Interesting too how fast they're here, because sometimes, as you know, we can shuffle a little bit longer, or then one card's out and I'm already started talking, and here we are. We have already everything on the table for you here, Gemini: the Chariot, Death and Rebirth, and the 7 of Pentacles. You have 2 major arcanas here that I would like to point out, right? So mastery, light and shadow side, you're mastering those at this time. So you're really coming into mastery. It's some sort of a conclusion that also really requires a shift, excuse me, wow, throat, a shift into the new, my dear Geminis, and that requires a death process of sorts. Now, not an actual death process to those of you that are new. It's just like something dies in order to be reborn. That's the natural cycles of things, and we're always in cycles, bigger or smaller ones, internal ones, external ones. They're giving me like a bunch of different spirals, so many, like you wouldn't believe what is playing into these current energies here. Very interesting. I feel like this is also rather collective. So if you're not Gemini, don't worry. If you felt drawn to it, then, well, here we go. But also, of course, for Gemini, because we specifically asked. So this very much also plays into the beginning, where it was so much that could potentially take you away from a focused situation. For that reason, it's not just you, it's like major endings and new beginnings, and on a micro level as well, on a macro level as well. So there's a lot going on, and I can actually now see it in the Chariot card. And remember when I said in the beginning that the energies of the Lionsgate are becoming more and more prominent every year, and we're learning how to deal with it. That's very much what I see here too. And I now notice too, we have, you know, shadow and light that is coming in, and you're learning how to deal with it better and better and better. Because if they throw everything at us immediately, we just, you know, might literally fall over and be like, no, thank you. Like, that's it. I'm not participating in this anymore. I'd rather leave. So this one here, the death card, literally. Or rather to, you know, get this amped up kind of a feeling, which is more beneficial to us, but it can feel exhausting too. Like this whole journey, if we've been on this chariot for a long time, which I believe you have, Gemini, on this ride for quite some time, yes, you're used to it. You're used to all the sun, you're used to the wind, you're used to the roughness, maybe not sleeping so well. All these things, you're used to that. They're very much comparing it to the ascension process, right? But it's interesting what happens once you get off that chariot. What happens then? Like when you step next to it and start to be the observer of the situation, and also in terms of taking a break. For some of you, this is really indicated here, and we get much lower energy here with the Seven of Pentacles. And this is rather a long, drawn-out card for me, usually when we get this, but not so in your case. In your case, it's actually super beneficial, because it's like sitting there and actually watching the grass grow. Sitting there and watching the trees grow. So from the Chariot, which is a super, super rapid card with lots of energies that are moving, to getting off it, parking your carriage, and the horses, taking the horse. Actually, they don't even wear anything, but let's say they would. So you're, you know, taking the saddle off, whatever this is called, you know, the harnesses and everything, and just allow them to graze for a minute. Yes, oh my God, this feels so good. Yes, we need this. Gemini, here's a high recommendation for you to just chill out for a minute and just sit there and literally watch the grass grow. And they're saying grass is not growing faster by watching it, but it's what happens to you. It's not so much about the grass and about the projects and about whatever else that wants to come to fruition and that is already showing itself here. You may not see so much of it yet, but it's more about you this time. It's more about what this does to you in terms of your growth. If you take it down a notch, if you start to take yourself out of the game at least one day a week. And yeah, that's really important in matters of integration, in matters of letting things die and seeing, oh, this no longer serves us. It's much like if you're doing course after course, workshop after workshop, and you're just, because some people get addicted to those too. They're just like, oh, I have this, that degree. And what are you doing with all those? Like, where's the integration in that? So this spiritual journey has taught you quite a bit, Gemini. Now it's time to actually integrate it, to make it manifest into this earth. And I don't think you have to do that much for it. It's just like, take a breather, take some time out and watch what happens. Like, watch what happens to you, because the growth is actually within you. Again, this card is today flipped around, where it's like they want to see you grow, and they've been waiting on your growth here. Spirit has, your guides have. So they're asking you to step off the treadmill, step off that path for a minute, and just be, because this is where the integration seems to be happening for you, and it's going to be very, very beneficial. So again, keep doing, but the keep doing here is in sense of taking that break, taking the time to integrate what you have learned, to really apply it. Yes, okay. Gemini, what I'm going to do for you is pull you one more guardian angel card before we take it over to Patreon. Link is down below. It's $11.11 a month for the rest of your reading here, and for all the readings, aka extendeds, that will be created within that month, and for everything that was already created, which are hundreds of readings that you can find over on Patreon. So really knock yourselves out. I also mentioned the Rauhnächte again in the Lionsgate reading. You can find that attached under the Lionsgate reading. Those are included as well. There's so many things. So the actual workshop is included for you. A 12-day workshop is included here for you as well, if you choose to join Patreon over there. And you can cancel at any time. This one, no. This one, yes. Okay, prayer. You have a prayer here, Gemini. And thank you for those that are already over there. You're a huge support to this channel. Thank you very, very much to all of my patrons. And most of you guys have been with me like pretty much since the beginning, more or less. And I really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much. And thank you to everyone watching here, obviously, you know, just listening to the messages, being here with your beautiful presence. Thank you. So the prayer is, Dear Guardian Angel, help me to be flexible in my attitudes and beliefs, death and rebirth. Help me to not fear the transient nature of life. Exactly. Help me to remember the eternal light which emanates from my soul. I'm now getting like a flushed kind of a feeling in my face. And the eternal light which emanates from the heart of every living thing. Help me to remember that I am eternally guided and loved by God and all creation. Wow. I could really feel that in my heart, like beautiful energies. This is what happens when you step off to really start to feel your way into things, like what's actually happening right now to you in this beautiful transformation, to not be on that wagon and go, 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 but to step off. Step on that grass, barefoot preferably, and really feel into yourself, into your body. And if you want to place your hands where they need to be, I right now have my left hand on my heart because I can really feel like that's most beneficial. But you do you feel into what needs to happen for your process. All right, we'll take it over to Patreon, like I said, and we'll pull more oracle cards here for you to get additional guidance. There's probably going to be like a healing ritual of some sort that is attached over on Patreon as well if you need additional help and healing with this process. Or you can reach out at universalpowertarot@gmail.com. Also, down below it's attached in the description box and most likely in the comment section. If you would like a private reading with me, as well as private healing reading actually, or a higher guidance coaching call, which is a 101 Zoom session with me and you obviously and our guides. All right, my loves, I really hope this was helpful and or insightful to you. I'm sending you so much love, light, and shadow. Be really well. I'll see you next time or over on Patreon. Bye bye.